Today, Reality Renovision, we're going to share with you information how to renovate your shower so you can make it safe for your aging parents. That's a big rodent. Renovator 1, bathroom nothing. Here's the secret weapon. Better to learn how to do this yourself. Look at the water damage here. Oh, this is where it gets interesting. Oh yeah! That is crazy. Look at this. That is fantastic. This is not even 4 feet wide. So we are back to the same place that we started 3 years ago. That's right, it's Max's mom's house. We're here to do her shower again. Now, if you're a big fan of the channel, you might remember this video from way back in the first day. We renovated her shower. So we're back again because although the shower is functioning fine, we're gonna do a great upgrade. It's time to get this place really established for aging at home. Max's mom and his grandma live here, and they're both finding it a little difficult getting in and out of the tub. So our answer to that, upgrades. And we're back. This is where it all started. Our whole YouTube channel started right here in this bathroom. Max and I spent 2 days remodeling this bathroom, and it's time for some upgrades. Last time Max's mom went away for a couple of days, she came home to a new shower area, and she was over the moon. Whoa. Surprise on. A lot of you have seen that video, and if you haven't, we're going to put a link in the description below. You see that? Her reaction was priceless. This time she's away for a couple of days, and she has no idea that we're doing this yet again. At the end of this video, we're going to do the same as we did last time. We're going to film her reaction when she comes home and sees this bathroom for the first time, so you don't want to miss that. Make sure you stay tuned. First thing we got to do is go shopping. Got to pick up all of our materials and our stone. Let's go have some fun. Welcome to Euro Tile and Stone. We are on the hunt for the perfect product for this bathroom. We got to find something that's got some pop. Let's go take a look at all the different options. Oh, wow. These are amazing. Wrong tones. Not exactly what we're looking for. Let's see. That's too much natural stone looking. Wow. Close, but not quite. Oh, awesome herringbone patterns here. And you know, when you're shopping here, remember, even a wall or floor tile can be used in both applications on a wall. Now these are cool. Check these out. Wow. This is the kind of thing you want in your front hall, but this could also be used as a real pop in a shower, right? You could put a little splash of color. Amazing. There it is. That's perfect. No need to ask. Got it. All we got to do now, Max, is we got to find something that goes with it, matches the floor. So let's head over. We need Carrara. Yeah, that's too big, and it's rectified porcelain. I'd rather get ceramics. Here's the ceramics. Let me just check these. Check these. There it is. Perfect. And we'll go with the big one, the 824s. All right, I'll show you this when we get back to the bathroom. Done. So most people have got an issue with their bathroom, and that is it's getting old and ugly. And in a lot of cases, you're starting to get a little bit of mold coming through. But the truth is, the walls are still pretty solid. And you want to know how to get that to make it look pretty again, or you just want a little upgrade, or maybe you're like a lot of people and you want to get it waterproof so that it doesn't decay anymore. I got a secret for you that we're going to show you how to remodel this bathroom for just a couple $100. So one of the reasons why we're redoing this shower is because of the tile itself. There was a time when you could buy inexpensive ceramic tile and just glue it to the wall and it would perform really well for a lot of years. But now everybody wants to have a waterproofing system. And you need to understand what that does is all the water that goes through the grout and gets in behind the tile, now it's collecting in behind the wall. And you'll see the discoloration that's happening in these tiles is because there's water sitting in behind the tile, trapped by the waterproofing system, and it has no exit. Basically, when you add the silicone for the decorative purpose, it also seals the water in. So what we're going to show you in this video is not just how to tile over tile, but how to keep the water from accumulating behind your back wall. And we're going to show you all those secrets right now. All right, now we are going to go, step one is prime the walls. Any kind of glazed tile, you're going to need a primer. If you want to avoid using a primer, you can always get 60 grit sandpaper, put it on an orbital sander, and you can take the glaze off of your tile. We are using Eco Prime Grip. That product there. Now this one pail, it's the only size it comes in, it's the smallest size. It'll probably prime 5 or 6 showers and a couple of backsplashes. It's the same product I used in the kitchen backsplash video. It's not about getting it on thick, it's about getting it on controlled so it's not running all over the place. The goal here is to just get it on. Try not to push too hard. It's a little runny. It's gonna make a mess. Once you have all your walls primed, you can use the little brush that comes in the kit and you can do your inside corners as well. You'll find you won't make as much of a mess if you roll nice and slow. And if you want, you could always pull out some tape and tape off the area. So the reason we're using a primer, and let's face it, the waterproof membrane is pretty sticky stuff. And it'll probably bond fine to the tile, but it's not going to hold the weight of the tile that you're installing. And that's the key. So you really don't want to skip this step. So like I said, you either set yourself up with a sanding machine where you can get rid of the glossy surface so that your cement has something to bond to, or you use this product because you want to make sure that after you're said and done, your tile stays put. There we go. Okay, so step 2 and step 3 are basically the same step. One is remove your plumbing fixtures, so then you can put on your waterproofing layer. Now today we're using Aqua Defense. This is a MAPI product, and I use it because I'm buying all my cements from the same supplier, and they carry the whole MAPI line. You might be using a Red Guard. There are probably 4 or 5 other major manufacturers that have their own supply chains all over North America. Doesn't really matter which one you use, but if you get a roll-on waterproof membrane, you are good to go, all right? Now this membrane rolls on very similarly to the primer product. The secret here is in order to be a continuous membrane, you really gotta make sure you get in all the nooks and crannies. Don't leave any white spots on your wall. Right? All right, here we go. Now it's time for our second coat. You're gonna do a waterproofing system. Take the time to be extremely picky. All right, and after we get the rest of this wall done with our membrane, we're gonna let this dry overnight. All right, we'll show you all the products that you're gonna need to do that coming up next. Okay, it is day 2 in our shower, and we are doing this maybe a little differently than you could. You could waterproof and everything and then install your tile on the same day, but what we're doing today is we're installing our tile and then grouting in the same day. So we're using a combination of products that are really quick set and allow us to get the entire project to completion. So tomorrow will be last day, we can put in our fixtures. Now, today my son Matt's helping me on the tile cutting, so that is going to be easy on knees. I don't have to run up and down the stairs. And all we have to do is just wait a few more minutes. I did a couple touch-ups on the waterproofing membrane just to make it right, and we're gonna get ready to get started. put your trim upside down and then mark where you want to make your cut. We'll cut all the way through to the end. All right, and here's a secret. Take the metal and just open it and close it. Wiggle it back and forth, and that heats up the metal. And then you can go a little bit more, and it gets a really pretty decent clean cut there. And that ends up being the part that goes against the floor. Perfect every time. There we go. So we've chosen an 8x24 tile that pretty much matches the floor, although it's in a gloss. And you're gonna see, and when I slide this over, it is almost perfectly flush. Now, for our sexy reveal to absolutely wow Max's mom, we've gone with these geo tiles. These are all different styles and different shades. These are gonna be really cool along the back wall, and that's for the dramatic pop. This laser level puts a line square on the floor in both directions, plus the wall. And this is amazing if you're bringing tile on a floor up wall pattern. It helps you to keep all your lines perfect. And I'm telling you right now, if you are gonna be doing a lot of work with tile and you're in the trades, investing in something like this, it's a few $100, but it's worth the investment because it'll make your work absolutely perfect every time. So just to get started, I'm going to throw on a lot of cement, but I'm going to put on one side. I'm going to keep this line exposed just so I don't lose my mark. Before everybody asks, I'm using the ultralight cement from Mapai. This has a really great bond to it, okay? And I went and double checked at my supplier. Because generally I give advice, use a non-modified cement over any waterproof membrane, but over this particular product, the Mapai water barrier, you can use a modified cement. And that's what this is, and that's why we're using it. We want to have the ability to do the grout work later today, and this is going to make that possible. And that's all the separation we need to keep the tile from rubbing against the tub. Maddie! Real quick before you put on your other sidewalls, you want to have your finished trim installed. So that's just a matter of throwing some cement in that gap where the tile was cut out. All right, no need to use any screws to fasten anything in place here. We're going to rely completely on the cement itself because there's just nothing like having options to solve problems. When we're all said and done and everything is dry, we can finish up with painter's caulking. And that'll be a lovely way to get a nice look. But for now, be proactive. Get all that cleaned off and backed up with a wet sponge, a little bit of pressure. You still have a gap you can fill. Have have a nice paintable surface. Okay, so quick word of warning for anybody who is thinking of doing this in your own bathroom. A couple things you want to consider before you jump ahead. A, do I need a waterproofing system? Maybe, maybe not. B, how am I finishing my edges? But the most important issue is this. Your fixtures on your tub supply and shower supply line might have limitations. When they're installed, and when they reinstall, you might not have the ability to function the handle if the plate is sticking off the wall in order to accommodate the thickness of the new tile. Now, for simplicity, we are using an 8x24 ceramic tile. It's not that thick, made in Spain, so it is ceramic. And it matches the floor, but it has a nice gloss. And when we put this on, our hope is that it'll help make the room look a lot deeper and then let this wall back here be the wow factor. So all we have to do is stagger these joints and cut the balance to fit. This will be done in no time. Time lapse begin. Now we just finished installing all of the tile, all 3 walls, in about 2 hours. It is so easy tiling over an existing flat tile surface. Now we started over here, worked our way around. These walls are already dry, ready for grout. This one needs about another 30 minutes to set up and then we're good to go. Step 6 is grouting. So grouting is really simple. There are 5 basic steps. Prep, 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 wash, and grout. Do not wait 48 hours before you grout. Or should I say, don't wait 48 hours before you clean your wall. Once the cement starts to set up and cure, it gets really, really hard. And it's hard to clean it out if it's in the way. So if you have little bits of cement squished in between your grout lines and you wait a whole weekend and try to tackle it on Monday, you know what I'm talking about. You're gonna be in here trying to scrape all that out. You're gonna damage your surface. The reason I talked about prep work 3 times is because you wanna wash your wall 2 or 3 times. Bum, 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 bum. I'm going to introduce you to Map-Eyes Caracolor Unsanded Grout. Now this is a polymer modified grout. It's pretty basic in regards to the drying time. And what I'm going to tell you to do next is a little bit unorthodox. You don't put the whole bag in. Save all that for myself for later. That's called emergency supply. Slow mixing is best. And this is about 3 to 5 minutes. Kind of like wax on, wax off. It's been a long day, but we got a lot accomplished. Oh, we've got all our tile in, the grout finished, polished up. Now all we got left to do is get back here tomorrow, put our fixtures back on, and install our glass door. Man, oh man, is Max's mom gonna be surprised. Well, it is day 3 here on our little project, and we don't have a lot left to do. Just a couple more hours. We're gonna put our fixtures on, polish up the tile, do all our silicone work. But the key thing here is we're gonna put in a nice little door that's made of glass here. It'll be really easy and functional for the family. We're also gonna put in a little safety bar here just to assist getting in and out of the tub for the ladies. And then it's time to surprise mom. She comes home later tonight. So this ought to be a lot of fun. So I think it's probably best just to start at the top and work our way down. There Find that sweet spot. Run a Teflon in there for good measure, just to freshen that joint up a little bit. There we go. All right. Make sure when you put in your fixtures back that the gasket is still inside the little washer there. Usually hand tight is okay with these. Make sure before you put your plate on that the gap in the gasket is at the bottom. And the last thing to just put the handle back on. Okay. There's all our steps for finishing a tile over tile installation. So what we have here is a little mow and grab bar. It's kind of nice. It's got a bit of a comfort grip on the back there. We're going to install it right around here so the ladies can have an easier time getting in and out of the tub to have their showers. Now we're ready to go. Take out your marker and put a little dot where you want to drill your hole. So we're using a simple glass and tile bit. The tile here that's installed is ceramic. I love working with ceramic because it makes installing fixtures so much easier. It makes no difference for waterproofing or how strong the shower is. So if you can get a chance to buy ceramic instead of porcelain for your shower, you're gonna thank yourself if you want to put fixtures on later. So we're gonna go on low speed with the drill and moderate amount of pressure, and we'll just drive right through this like hot knife through butter. Sweet. Don't want to finish your install. See how much options I have here? There it is. Perfect. Okay, now this particular bar is not in a wet part of the shower. So if you're going to change your screws, recommendation is to apply some clear silicone over the head of that screw and in that hole itself, just to make sure that it's not going to expose to water and it won't rust out. So if you've done a bathroom renovation and you've got a gorgeous stone that you installed, the last thing you want to do is hang a curtain. Here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you the steps for installing a glass door. Now this isn't just any glass door, this is a simple one. It seems like there's a lot of things on the market that are designed to help you spend your money. And this one's not one of them. This is designed for functionality. And it is really simple. It's a 40-inch door that has one little fixed panel and it hinges so you can open and close it. It's got a towel bar. What else does a person want? Best part about a door like this, it's only a couple $100 and it's not that heavy, so you can carry it yourself and you don't need to call 3 or 4 friends to help you lug it up the stairs. So here's one of these situations where it's nice to have a laser level. 3 holes that are in the back of this trim. And you just want to put a mark on your tile so you can draw those out. It's that simple. The laser line lets you make this nice and plumb within 1/1000th of an inch. It's brilliant. All right, so just a little tip from me to you. Not everybody calls for this, but if you take your sealant and you run a bead right down the middle of the back of this track, what it's going to give you, and I mean a nice healthy bead around the screw holes. It'll hold it against the wall when you're trying to screw it in. It will close up the gaps that appear in tile work, especially from grout lines. Boom. Now I have 3 points of contact that are 1 inch. Both ends of that attached to the wall and the base of this. And what that's going to do, perfect. It's just going to give us a lot more structural stability for this hinge to operate, so this panel isn't flopping around when you open and close. There we go. So now we're just going to set this. Make sure that you have one of these plastic washers on each side of the glass when you're tightening on your handles. You see this little hole here? Okay, that's designed so that you can put your key in there and then finish the tightening. Nice and snug with it. That way you don't have to use a wrench on it. The point is that by doing it this way, you get great leverage and you can tighten that up perfectly snug. That's basically the end of our install. All that's left is clear silicone and the other 2 screws. There we go. Last step is just to take your clear silicone and put a nice bead across the bottom. There we go. Okay, so we're almost at the end of the project, which is good because her plane's about to land and she's gonna be home in about an hour or so. So we gotta get this done. I gotta finish the caulking job in here and a little bit of silicone around the shower just to finish putting it in place. And then we're gonna do a little something extra. We're gonna change the grout on the floor because somebody put it in with white and never stays white. So we're gonna go back with a warm gray, use an epoxy so that they're gonna have a flawless finish forever. And you can see that video, how we did that. We'll put a link in the description below. So that's just a little bit of movement, but you'll see if you don't have a good bond, that little bit of movement is all it takes to chip up all the grout. Because wood floors have deflection when you walk and things separate and come undone. It's just a simple grout remover tool. The idea here is this goes in the grout line and you just scratch out the surface of the grout, all right? Nice and simple. Once you've got it all scratched out, so what you're gonna have is this V-groove in your grout line. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down to the local tile store. We're gonna pick up some of this. Every manufacturer of grout in the world will carry an epoxy line. It's a 2-part system. The goal here is to get it consistent color. This is where I'm gonna show you a secret. Bum, bum, bum. If you take your average dish detergent and you put it on the ground, so you got a nice greasy floor now. Perfect. Now when you put your grout in, it'll wash off a lot easier. And you can do a much bigger section at a time. And this works amazing if you have deflection in the floors. It's a really great grout for shower floors because epoxy can be part of the waterproofing system. Always use a float to take off the excess. Come back here with a wet sponge, light pressure, not too much. You don't want to dig it out of the grout hole. And that is done. Whew, okay, well I gotta hurry up and get this finished. Max's mom is on the airplane heading home. And we gotta get this done so we can set up the cameras and get her reaction when she walks through the door. So you don't want to miss that. We'll see you on the other side of that.
Okay, cameras are rolling, we're ready, we're all finished. Jeff just left, we just did some paint touch-ups and some caulking, cleaning and whatnot. I just got the phone call. She's landed, she's 20 minutes away, so I'm gonna go pick her up. And I'm actually quite nervous about this because I hope she likes it. We went European style here with the tile and some modern with the glass, and she's of European descent. My parents came here years ago so that myself and my brother could have a better life. So that's why I'm really thankful for my family. I'm very thankful for my mom. And for Mother's Day, we wanted to surprise her yet again. You know, we've done this before. But before we didn't have much of a budget, and this time I thought we could have some fun. You know, bring a little piece of home to her. because years ago when she left her whole family, that's a very difficult thing to do. So I thought, why not make it look a little more like home at home? And I think it's a lot of fun. I'm really pleased with how it turned out once again. We're gonna go get her right now. We're gonna go get a reaction, and we'll see how this goes. See you soon.
Maximus. You like it? Super. Last 3 days. Cool.
That is awesome to see that smile on her face. You know, this is the best way to remodel a bathroom. $1,000, everything's brand new, 3 days, it's so simple. You gotta give this a try.
Wow, super, coś pięknego.
And if you need more information to do a project like this, we have specific videos on all the different tasks here, and you can watch those as well and become a DIY expert for your own bathroom. Thanks for joining us in this episode of Reality Renovision. We'll see you again next time. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Reality Renovision. If you're new to our channel, then I suggest you subscribe to the channel over here. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notifications so you'll be told every time a new video comes up. And if you like, you can click the link right here and you can binge watch all the episodes that we have on our playlist. Amazing information, everything DIY and decor and renovation and remodeling. Thanks for joining us.